Here we go. Welcome to Disco Elysium Let's Play Episode 12. Last time, we made it across the river, made it across the bridge. I think we explored pretty much most of where there is. When I looked at the map, it looked like there was possibly something a little bit further north, but it doesn't seem like we can get there quite yet. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, we got to explore quite a bit, and we found a village. We found a factory that we can't get into. We found what looks to be a bunker that we can't get into. And a church that was locked up by a bunch of kids who seemed to be high on something. So let's jump back in and see what's what. I thought the kids seemed cool at first. You know, they were like, yeah, we love music. We kind of look like punk rockers. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. And then they were like, yeah, there was somebody inside this building, so we locked them in there for a week. They'll be fine. What are you talking about? So, we have not talked to this person yet, though. So let's talk to this individual.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
She must be Estelle, the last of the speed freaks, Hossie.
Okay.
Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Obviously not 3. Well, if we let her know that we know who she is, maybe she'll be more forthcoming, so... You must be Estelle.
That's my name. I take it you have met the others. Did they tell you about the church and the club thing?
They did.
Will you help us?
I'll help you, all right.
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya?
That's it?
We've been waiting for weeks here.
I have some questions for you.
I'm listening.
The others told me you went inside the church. That's right. They said that she saw a creature or something. The others told me you went inside the church. What did you see in there?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the others.
We'll see. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent.
Sounds to me like you were tripping balls.
He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Are you sure you didn't see the shadow of a spider in a window that made it look larger than it was?
Like a crab, you say?
The lieutenant nods. His face is stone. What did this crab man look like?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Come on. She obviously could. She already went into detail.
You were wrong. I do believe you.
Why?
What would you stand to gain?
Nothing. Anyway, what else?
Okay. Guess we didn't get it out of her. Have you seen a red-haired woman around?
No.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast.
Considering what we're trying to do here, this doesn't look like a good sign.
Superstition. We can turn the grim desolation into a fun dance club, and thus also help turn this hellhole around.
You know what? That's fair. What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
And what is it you're recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
She scratches her forehead. And what are these recordings for? The cracks, the footsteps?
The musicians in the Elysium used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
No, that's cool. Sounds like industrial samples. I'll just nod.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
She rubs her shoulders and looks around.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
Take this, your call.
The lieutenant begins to take off his jacket.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
The lieutenant backs up. He throws me a glance. You said it's supposed to be a music place. Did you mean the one Andres got planned? The church?
Yeah, the boys think it could be a place, like the Elysium or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Elysium, that's for sure.
The boys?
Yeah, Andre and the guys, inside the tent.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Didn't you see it yourself? It's mostly music stuff. Like this tape recorder, but bigger.
Why not just leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze? I think she wants to be outside. She wants to record the music. It's not that she's being forced to be outside. She's choosing to be outside.
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
Exactly. I'm not giving her my damn hat. I love my hat. My hat's beautiful. I had some other questions.
Go ahead.
I'd like to know more about your associates.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
What do you mean? You must know something about them.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
All right, so she's not a rat. She doesn't
To the
squeal.
cops.
What about you? Tell me something about yourself.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
Aha, okay. Maybe I'll ask later about all this.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but
Or maybe once I get your club going. How about that? As long as there's not a dead body in there. Because if there's a dead body in there, you guys are done. What's that device you have there?
this is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Cool.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
Cool. Michael McSaucy, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here, buddy. Just got started. We're talking with Acel. She's part of that group of guys that were inside the tent doing drugs and listening to music. I'm trying to get some info from her. What am I supposed to do with this?
No idea.
Does this have anything to do with Contact Mike?
Yeah, I record stuff with it.
No, I mean the boxer Contact Mike.
No. This is a contact microphone. It's for recording inside solid objects. Contact mic just beats people up.
You know, Contact Mike doesn't just beat people up. Contact Mike is a role model.
An entire litany spews forth.
Oh man, the second one is brutal. I'm not going to be a dick to her. Yes, you heard right. You should try to be more like Contact Mike, a successful athlete and an inspirational figure who has overcome social, physical, and mental obstacles.
Man, you are one weird cop.
This isn't about me. This is about your lack of respect for one of boxing's greats. And for yourself.
What is it with you and this Mike guy?
She pauses. The question is rhetorical.
Okay. If it floats your boat, I'll be more like Contact Mike and less like me.
Sweet. Self-respect is not meant to float any boats, but your own.
I'll keep that in mind for future use.
Where did you get the mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Elysium.
What's the Elysium?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Elysium? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole.
Is it around here somewhere?
It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Oh man. Sounds interesting. Who is this Arno guy?
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind.
I don't know what that means either.
It means I'm hip beyond my years.
That's cool.
Hey Peyton, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. She breathes on her finger. Looks like she doesn't know what to say. Never mind, let's talk about that contact mic instead.
Sure.
How does that thing work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Cool. Actually, I had some non-mic questions for you.
Okay.
Tell me more about this music place you've been planning in the church.
It's supposed to become, like, a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah.
She looks at the old wooden church up on the poles. As a mean wind comes blowing in, the 6-story structure lets out a doleful shriek. What is anodic dance music?
You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Anodes and cathodes. Electronic instruments? Like what?
Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
Sounds cool. As long as you throw in some heavy guitars and some good double kick drums. But you're saying isn't guitars. Well, you know what? Music doesn't have to have guitars.
This is an evolutionary step up from amplified instruments, which in turn are a step up from acoustic instruments. What comes after it, you wonder? A black-tinted nothingness or something finer?
Enotic music? Now I'm gonna find out what it is. What is it?
You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Okay.
Synthesizers and tape consoles.
This is an evolutionary step up from amplified
Enough about the
instruments,
church
which in
then. I had
turn
another
are
question.
Go ahead.
Okay, so let's check our empathy. We should be able to increase our empathy. So let's leave
Okay,
for now
bye.
and check our empathy. Can we increase it? Got a nice collection of clothes. It's pretty awesome. I wonder if you get different clothes if you have like different builds. Or if I missed anything. That one's -1 empathy. We don't want -1 empathy. Alright. Let's just try
Hello
it with
again.
the 28%. Actually, we've got quite a bit of stuff. Let's see what empathy actually gives us and helps us out with. Understand others, work your mirror neurons. Understand others, work your mirror neurons. Yeah, you know what? I'll pass on it. Ooh, actually, one more thing. Got this working. That's happening. And we just unlocked the litany of contact mic. It would only take 15 minutes. No pain, no gain. Push it. Make it. It's time once again to return to the 20 things you like to say around contact mic. The boxer who is apparently a paragon of open competition. It really doesn't get any better than this. Any better? Both inside and outside the ring. Stop. Point at someone. Someone in the distance. Point your finger at him. He will point his finger back at you. Vaulting an impassable gulf of finance and privilege too. Sounds alright. Let's just leave it for now. Alright, let's try that out.
Hello again.
The device is cold to the touch. An angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic cover. Underneath you see a reel of tape rolling. You put the device back on the ice.
All right. Well, we got the key. So we could now go inside. Hopefully there's not a dead body. Oh yeah, we dropped the bridge, that's right. Sure, there's another way to get around, but we did drop the bridge, so we got an easier way to go.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Open the padlock with the key.
The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
Pull on the doors.
A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum.
Well, I hope we don't get a smell of rotting corpse.
In the heart of the city,
All right, church time. looks cool. It's a lot bigger than I was expecting it to be. A strange stillness fills you as you look ahead. You should walk here, not run. This grotesque wood figure looks half-finished. This figure was added later. It's not part of the original church. More of the forked lighting patterns you saw outside. Bark beetles? No. It looks intentional. Some long forgotten style. The blackboard is filled with complex equations. They look recent. The bowl is filled with water. A live wire runs directly into it. Well, that's no good.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
Wait, I think I still hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it, but for the faintest of hums. It seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow, if not blotted out outright. Truly unusual. You can hardly hear your own breathing.
Stomp your feet and clap your hands.
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Yell as loud as you can.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers.
What's happening?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Not really, but it's extraordinary. I've never experienced anything like this.
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
Is it the church that was built that way? Or is it because of the water dishes with the electrodes?
Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing on its premises.
That's interesting. Maybe they wanted to discourage singing and dancing.
Could be.
He doesn't seem entirely convinced, though.
Look up into the bell tower.
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Try to see beyond the shadows. Come on, please. Yes.
It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows.
Ooh, this is cool. Follow the shadow's movements.
It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
I don't see it.
Officer, is there something up there?
The lieutenant follows your gaze. attempting to see whatever it is that you are seeing.
Oh no. You've lost sight of it. Where did it go?
On the ceiling?
Yes. The darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away.
Blink.
You see something hanging from the
Whoa.
rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes.
What is going on?
Maybe it's possible to talk to it. The shadow is a man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently. The crab man.
Hey, who's there?
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
Interesting.
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district in general. There's a sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesks in Rivershore.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to receive the mother's love. You can too, Holmes. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of that despair at the bottom of that bottle.
He sounds like like he has the same, he has the same ideas, like he's talking about, you know, drinking and the bottle and whatnot, like that, the guy that was guarding the factory.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we
How do you
really
know?
need to question him?
How do you know he's a habitual narcotics user?
Hey, and what was that about, the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
I'm a policeman. I need to talk to you about police things. I don't know anything about alcohol use. I need to save after this.
Oh yeah, sure. You don't know anything about alcohol use. You got it all under control, Wayne. I could smell the control all the way over here.
I'm doing just fine, thank you.
I know it's hard to admit that you got a problem. I was like you once. Couldn't take an honest look into my own heart and see I was in pain.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Really, Kim?
Look at these crazes. What is this shit?
That's all well and good, but we need to talk about the unlicensed occupation of ecclesiastic properties.
The only thing we need to talk about is how the mother can really help you, Holmes.
His voice echoes in the cold air of the church.
This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
He sways gently on the beams, waiting for you to take it all in.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game? 'Tis not an act, my liege. Saving perchance he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot.
Some ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Think they scared of me.
So what do you think about the nightclub, that is?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go.
Interesting.
Might even be nice to have some company.
Do you know where the other spooker is? Point to the strange machines around you.
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Viejita is grandma?
Wait, so there is another person living in the church, and it's a viejita?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
Wait, what if it's Ruby?
Did it ever seem to you like she was hiding here from something?
The lieutenant seems to be thinking the same. He takes out his little notebook.
You mean like a fugitive?
He glances at the abandoned radio computer on the other side of the nave, pulsing with the light. Then he shakes his head.
No, man. Quite the opposite. I don't think she cared much about authority or anything else for that matter. Maybe only about her machines.
I see. And where is she now?
I told you, Holmes. I don't know.
How can you not know that when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
So you got nothing else to tell me? How she looks, what she does, who is she?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or...
Comes back from where?
Or search through her radio computer.
All right. Thanks. Nice, saving on its own. Beautiful. Saves me the hassle. A cracked pane of glass, colorful. Frost has drawn flowers on the glass, obscuring the view. A figure drawn in frost on the window, depicting a deer. Ooh, a scarf. A silk scarf. Ooh. Increases our pain threshold. A spider has spun its web around the wood-carved pillar. Some shoes, nice. Could have swore there was something else here. Guess not. Can we go down this way? We can. A portable Harman Wowshi tape recorder. Is it possible it's recording something?
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
He seems cautious around the machine.
We should probably let it be. It's becoming clear that there's no trace of the suspect anywhere inside the church.
Yes, but this machine looks just like the one in doomed commercial area.
It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
He inspects the machine's framework, careful not to touch anything.
A quaint little box of radio waves.
Wait, let me just investigate it. Step behind the computer. I think I'm gonna die, but let's
You
try.
see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
Look inside the compartment.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater.
Press play.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon, Fortress accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat, is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Yvonne, it's me again. How are you?
Good, thank you. Please repeat, is this the personal log?
I looked inside the core, but the tape on the filament just said log, Feb to March.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer. Maybe he knows something.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
All right.
Fortress accident, is there anything else I can do for you today?
Fortress accident, like the one in the doomed commercial area.
I have 2 machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brune, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brune, that's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, that's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with?
Thanks, but I'm finished with this call.
Goodbye, Fortress accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated. revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
All right. Something siphoning electrical current from outside into this antenna. Two decks of reel-to-reel tape spinning on empty. All right, I think we're going to go through this thing.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad, a dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day.
Oh.
Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
I'm gonna kneel.
Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass.
I'm gonna close my eyes.
The world is silent, but for the creaks and cracks of the massive wooden structure behind you, it covers you from the wind outside.
Did you guys close your eyes?
The ocean feels distant, its ebb and flow blocked off by the centuries-old pinewood sarcophagus around you. The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips, and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse? She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive.
It's compassion.
As that soft word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder.
Hey Plan D, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. Cool. Hope you're enjoying that. Do the same as you get up.
Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
This is Dolores Day.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records.
You knew of the place?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Ravachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago where only animals had roamed before, in the wild reeds.
What else do you know?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they called them, the 7 sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find the instigator here. Something else, perhaps?
He looks at the machinery lying around.
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism?
How did you know this is the mother of humanism?
It's a mystery. A mystery
What?
sprinkled with self-pity and regret. For some reason, unknown to your mind, looking at her delicate eyes makes you feel like you're ready for drowning.
I failed a 92% check.
All you know is, this is the young mother of humanity, and that you should go. Do something else. Escape her sad, worry-worn look.
All right, let's see if we can increase our visual calculus. Doesn't seem that we have anything for visual calculus. Reconstruct crime scenes, make laws of physics work for the law. You know what? We'll try it, and if we fail, we'll level up.
The mother of humanism stands above you. A precious and complex wax. A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one. And a text. A light motif below them both.
Who is this older woman?
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden Reichsapfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
The motto, what does it say?
Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau. And then, along the left side, Après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau.
Gris. I know what gris means. What is gris? I don't know.
After life, death. After death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif of humanism, a summary of the effect of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, on human thinking. A tremendous sea change akin to finding life after death. Could these words be the password that unlocks the filament memory?
Oh. Lieutenant, this used to say after life, death. After...
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
Why?
It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing.
What is the RCM motto now?
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
That's good. Cool.
Ice cool.
What shattered this mosaic?
Unknown.
Step back.
The mother of humanism towers above you. A wax painting on a cracked pane of glass. Nothing has changed in her expression.
Welcome to the stream, Merritt. Nice to have you here. Let's see. Can we put something on to increase our encyclopedia? That's +2. Hat's +1. Should have put these on earlier. Can I try it again?
The mother of humanism stands above you. A precious and complex wax painting.
You know what?
On a single.
Screw it, I don't care. I don't understand the question. Alright, so what now? Is that it?
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Have you by chance heard the Viheta say the password to her radio computer?
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
Hey, it's your neighbors who came up with this, not me.
I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
Who are you using?
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over there?
Wait, did you also carve all those sculptures?
Sure am. Whittling wood used to be something I just did to busy my hands.
Go for Satan. Personally, Merritt, if I need both, I don't decide until I get there and I see how strong I am. If I have a stronger run going, then I'll go for Satan. And if I'm having a weaker run and aren't feeling too confident, then I go for Isaac.
Now I use those same hands in service of something greater than my own restlessness.
All right, let's consider the context and meaning here.
I see what you've done there. It's as if these figures are trying to become one with the church, or perhaps with the mother herself.
It's all just for the mother, man. No need to overthink it.
What were you before you became a crabman and a woodcarver?
I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
I like either 2 or 3. I'm going to go with 3. I lost my memory too, but I like it. It's like I get to create a whole new me, start again from scratch.
That's not really the point, I said. You gotta give yourself over to service. Service of the mother, that is.
All right.
Do you remember your name, sir?
The lieutenant is not particularly interested in this information. He's just trying to assert some control over the conversation.
Tiago's my name. But those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows. Your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
My name's Harry. Extend my hand for a greeting.
That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
He ignores my hand. His limbs a mere shadow below the ceiling. Have you by chance heard the Viejeta say the password to her radio computer?
Too many times, Ese. You need it for something.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
Why is he saying the S's like that? Oh, man. Either 1 or 3. We could be just honest with him. I kind of feel like my drama is maybe giving me a hint. You know what, I'm going to go with number 1. I'm doing a survey of passwords and passcodes, identifying regional trends in the interests of public safety, of course.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death.
Cool.
What you think of that? Makes me almost pity la niñita pequeña when I hear it.
What are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world out there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
What will happen once you drink from this perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
So you're going to commit suicide?
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
This mother of silence, you mean her?
No, no, no. There's a new god in town. And she can be painted or sculpted. Because she has no limb or even a face. She is the end. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me. But I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes. And no one ever will.
His adoration is beyond sexual. This cavity is something that no human form has.
I still don't understand what you're doing in this church.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
It doesn't really make sense for you to sing if she's the mother of silence.
I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of silence we're talking about. It's the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
How did you even find this place, this church?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, eh? It didn't belong to me.
Oh, I need to remember to equip my flashlight, because I think maybe if I equip my flashlight, we might be able to see what's in that behind that glass. You sure you didn't just switch one drug for another?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own self.
Let's agree to disagree.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it. I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
Are these yours?
I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have them. I don't need them anymore.
Cool. Right.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
You've been here a long time. Do you know why the church was abandoned?
Police raid a while back.
He responds, his voice suddenly flat.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
All right. Thank you.
I think we're done here, Essay.
Oh, and he's gone. The figure crawls off into the darkness above.
That was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure whether we'll find our suspect here.
Why does art inspire you so much?
It does, yes. But what is art?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
Would I fit into the art world? I mean...
Have you looked in the mirror lately? To be honest, you have the exact features of the modern artist, with that wild hair and those clothes. Perhaps you should try to write poetry someday, and critique architecture.
I guess I have been feeling critical lately.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
But wait, don't I have to be 100% cop to get the case finished and all that?
Quit being so indecisive. What are you going for here? Some kind of indecisive and camp aesthetic now? Strike a bold shape here. Go art or go home.
Okay. If 50% art critic is what's needed to free me from rote repetition, so be it.
Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street, you must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world. Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
I think that's it. Oh, yeah, we got the password. After death, life? Wasn't that it?
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent. The speaker comes to life.
Good afternoon, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat, is this the personal log?
Let's try this again. I think I may have the right password for the personal log.
Good. Please repeat the password.
It's not after death, life. It's after life, death.
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
Nice.
Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today?
Thank you, but I'm finished with this call.
Goodbye, Fortress Accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
Let's press print.
The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Let's read the printout.
The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in.
Sorry, just taking care of the bot.
The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
Fourth of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Do you think this log might be connected to the case?
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
His eyes wander to the various machines around him. Eccentric. Read the second entry.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. What was that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting.
Wait, narcotics? Look around the derelict building.
I doubt that we can find any. It's just idle fishermen's gossip to scare away the kids.
He looks at the stained glass window.
Nothing spooky about this place either. It's just abandoned and cold, and in an awful part of town.
Yeah, that's right, Kim.
Then why doth the lieutenant protest against spending time here so often?
Let's read the third entry.
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
Why would she need an antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
He steps on a wire running on the ground, inspecting it with his boot. Let's read the fourth entry.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. Artists, yet again. Harassing citizens, stealing badges, occupying public spaces with installations, like the one here. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Artists, programmers, Lexi? Who are all these people?
I think these people worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw in the Doom commercial area. They must be our former co-workers.
A data loss?
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
Let's read the 5th entry.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
Let's read the 6th entry.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Cool.
Is she talking about?
The lieutenant looks to his right toward the silence. Let's read the 7th entry.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
But what could it be?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples.
Let's read the 8th entry. We're getting close to our current date.
March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music. One neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work. That disco man must be a cell.
She must be describing a cell.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
Let's read the 9th entry.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't
that was
do
us.
anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
That's me. I was the one who broke into the radio computer, and the storekeeper must be Pleasance.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with that machine.
Why not? Read the 10th entry.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening.
Haha.
A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Suna the programmer. We're doing police business here, lady.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
She glares at you as she holds down the off button for several seconds. The machine reboots.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
We're looking for a suspect in a murder investigation, and we thought they might be hiding here.
No one's hiding here.
She barely looks up from the keyboard. You hear the machine whir back to life.
It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
Of course we haven't destroyed anything, you stupid.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
Let's save, because it's been close to about a half hour since the last autosave. Yeah, 6:40. Actually, yeah, it's been quite a while. Alright, let's save.
What is it?
Sorry, but who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
She turns back to the terminal.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager.
Hey Robert, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. We are currently inside the church. We talked to the girl who was on the ice outside. Then we talked to the mysterious figure inside the building. And there's like this spot inside the church where sound doesn't carry. It's kind of cool. Have you seen anyone suspicious, say a woman named Ruby?
What? No, no one's suspicious around here.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
Have you seen the crab man?
Nope.
But you know he's around?
Yes.
It sounds like you're not worried about him at all.
No, you're right. I'm not.
Okay, fair enough. What are you doing in an abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
I'm an investigator. Of course I like questions. I'm investigating. There's an air of amusement in her tired eyes. I'm a police officer. It's my job to ask questions.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
She says, ready to stand her ground. What research?
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
A 2mm hole in the world.
Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
A hole in the world? What does that mean exactly?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing.
It's like dark matter. We know it exists and makes up a large portion of space. But we can't see it, we can't detect it, we can't measure it. But it has substance.
What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
She suddenly She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for your answer.
Easy. You measure it by the world around it.
You measure it by collecting data on its surroundings, on that which exists.
Exactly. Very true. That's what I've been aiming for. That's why I have those basins. I've tried using hydro-transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins.
Hydro-transducers. So that's what those water basins are. Devices for recording sound through water.
But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
She grows silent, staring at her circle of basins. It looks like some ancient ritual. Do you have any idea where this hole might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Oh. She looks up, eyes trying to pierce the pitch-black heights above, but without much success.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark. Most of the tower disappearing into the shade.
Why there?
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
This is where the Crabman lives.
I know.
You don't think Crabman might be somehow responsible here?
No, I don't.
Is the hole connected to the data loss in your journal?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
You said that the research isn't going well. Why not?
Because it's just trial and error. Trying to locate the Swallow, the exact point in space.
A 2mm point in space.
And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
That's all I wanted to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world for now.
Great. Thanks.
How do you feel about anodic dance music?
What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Okay, wow, that was quick. Why do you hate it?
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
It's kind of tribal. Right, but how do you feel about a club for anodic dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What do they want to build then?
Take a guess, why don't you?
I'm still convinced they want to establish a nightclub for anodic dance music. They said it's their dream.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Why are there so many machines in this place?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
What about those bowls of water over there?
They are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
Why do you need an antenna?
I use the AR-1 as my RAIN prefect's processing unit.
Wait, what?
RAIN prefect. My radio computer.
And that antenna is its processing unit?
Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
Not really.
All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
Wait, what's on air?
On the front. The unified front of radio waves. Licensed and controlled by Lintel in the east in Celindic region. It's all around us. That's what on air means.
I still don't really know what you're talking about. And the AR-1, is it a good antenna?
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market, so I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
Hey Dylan, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. It is a fantastic game. We are having a good night playing it as well. Yeah, it's tough to get good damage in Repentance, Merit. What are you doing with your radio computer?
I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
Working on what?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
Alright, I'll try not to touch anything.
Great.
Alright, I'll let you work in peace now. Ooh, I wanted to grab my flashlight. See if we can look inside.
The mother of humanism stands above you, a precious and complex wax painting on a single pane of glass. A crack runs across the length of her body, her face oval and sad.
Kim, are you a follower of DeLoreanism?
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are DeLorean in origin.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
I didn't think you were spiritual.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The DeLorean system does not demand faith, only accordance.
I'm not entirely sure I know what that means. Alright, I think we're done here. Let's go talk to the junkies. Name the song that sample is in. Or from, I should say. Ooh, it's getting dark.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
About the church, I checked it out.
And? What happened?
I talked to the crab man.
Oh, man! Who is he? What did you think?
He gave me this odd lecture on alcoholism before rambling on and on about mother's love.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Just preaching and praying from the looks of it.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem? Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
As far as I can tell, he's not going to leave. He'll climb around up there. And guys, you'll never catch him.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
Don't worry. I don't think he really gives a damn about you or anyone else.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light! Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
I was using the mainframe when Suna, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, appeared.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
She said you guys haven't been completely honest with me about your plans.
Come on, man. Who will you trust? A spooky programmer or us? We just want to make the world a better place.
Feel the love! Get down and feel it!
The stuffy tent muffles the last two words. The command fails to impress.
A half-hearted sell of something which does not seem worth buying.
The love? No, I'm really not feeling it at all.
You'll get there, believe me. When we've got our gear set up, things will be flowing and pumping. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, disposition-wise, about the dance club idea. Ja oder nein? Rocking it or dropping it?
She did not like the Enotic dance club idea.
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam and into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
She made it very clear that she won't leave until her own project is finished.
And you can't just evict her?
No, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution.
Look at you, Honor Man.
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist! Coexist!
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music?
She absolutely does not. Really, truly despises it.
Egghead cannot believe what she just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
I refuse to throw her out, but I can try convincing her.
Excellent! Good luck, my friend.
I know Noid has his signs, but what's the deal with Egghead there?
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
What's a master of ceremonies? I know what an MC is, but...
You know, a host, a declaimer of slogans. He's a performer, gets the people going.
Interesting, sire. A bit like you, then. An MC for short.
How do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
Have you ever really talked to him?
Yeah, sometimes. When I, stumble and find my way into his center, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first, though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself.
Let's see if we can increase
Goodbye,
our logic.
officer.
Logic's currently at 2. Ooh, there's more logic. And some more logic. Nothing bringing down our logic? No. Where is logic here? Wield raw intellectual power, deduce the world. I do like that. You know what? Let's try it out. If we fail, logic is the language of intellectuals. I like that. I like that a lot. We'll try the check, and if we fail, then what we'll do is we'll come back here, level up our logic, and try again a second time.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
We have a pretty good chance.
Nothing jumps out to you. Nothing out of the ordinary.
But Suna said they haven't been honest with me.
How about you get out and breathe? The air in the tent is too thick for you to think clearly.
Damn, I picked the wrong one. Oh well, it's fine.
Goodbye, officer.
Let's talk to Noid.
I see you're here again. Offside, man.
Nothing new? Okay. Anything new with
The young
Egghead?
man with the tape recorder acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
This is hardcore.
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega.
Say nothing.
Internally coherent.
I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary hanging behind the whirling in Rags Hall. Actually, you know what? Let's just say nothing.
All-core! All right! Yeah!
Say nothing.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Never say anything to that scrub.
Hardcore! Ah!
He lets out an agonized roar over the feeblish, obviously not too hardcore beat below. No, but seriously, I'm a little worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
That would have been good if I had asked you a question, but I didn't. Now it's just idiotic.
But there was a question?
Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then, past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
What bonuses did we get? The learning cap for perception was raised to 5. Speed gives 1 psi. Okay. Alright. Oh yeah, we were going to increase our logic. And try again.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Alright, we're at 72%. We gotta get this.
The number of things don't add up. Let's take a look.
That's funny.
How about gather around, kids?
Okay, kids, now gather around.
The young speed freak puts down a busted capacitor and looks at you. The one with the large head seems very enthusiastic about whatever you have planned. Their would-be leader is less amused.
I got bad news for you, Andre. Things don't add up.
What things?
This isn't the making of a club. It's a tent full of laboratory equipment for manufacturing drugs. They're cooks. They're cooking meth.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers.
Yeah. So meth cooks can listen to music too.
One speaker. They have one speaker.
Where is his friend? Did he lose his friend?
What do you mean, friend?
The other speaker. You have only one.
It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker.
This may be the brain damage talking, but you've definitely never heard of monodynamic or one-speaker systems.
The Nosafed is here for its active ingredient.
He said it was for his nose. What more do you want?
Likely pseudoephedrine, almost exactly the shape of ephedrine. Ephedrine makes you happy, and so does pseudoephedrine.
The distilled water cornerstone of a clean lab.
And of all cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer?
There is no need for me to pile on any more, is there?
No shit.
In short, you tried to use a police detective to set up a drug lab.
That's... Come on, that's...
Against the law?
I meant to say, not true.
Suna said you've been lying about your plans. Your answer was very unconvincing.
Fuck, man. It's difficult to get along with some people, but we're trying to make an effort. We are on a mission here.
Hey Golden Apples, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. So what are we going to do with you?
What do you mean, do?
There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing.
We do this lawman style. First, you tell me everything, then I pass judgment.
Or else?
Do I threaten him? Or do I be kind of vague about it and let him make his own... You know what? I'm going to threaten him, or else I'll call backup and haul you all off to the pen, for starters.
Okay, man. Okay.
He raises his hands.
Things are just so hard for an entrepreneur in this city. Not like we lied when we said we want to turn a church into the wickedest club in East Revachol.
Because we do! We totally do!
Yeah, you gotta put your foot down.
We just need to turn it into a speed lab before.
To get our foot in the door.
And why did you need me?
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
They're not really spooky, are they?
No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there.
Could you blame them?
But the sign was way off too. I couldn't feel the love at all.
Whatever you think is right, sir. But please, we were only trying to make a living.
This is it. Judgment time.
I'm either going for 2 or 3. Outright eviction, or we tell them that they have to do it clean without the drug lab. You know what? Let's just say do it clean. Let's do this clean, no speed lab, just a club for hypnotic music. And then I'll come back and check. And if I see you guys are cooking meth, then you're all going to the slammer.
Yeah!
The young man's smile widens to inhuman proportions. His teeth beam in the floodlight.
I knew it!
The would-be leader drops his spiked head between his knees.
It's impossible now.
No, Andre, it's harder now. This hard cop has come to show us how much the fish is, and the fish is always so much more. We all know there was never going to be a club for hypnotic music with the speed lab. Now it has a fighting chance.
So there was never going to be a club in there?
There needs to be a club for hypnotic music in there. Needs to. Everyone hates each other. Everybody hates it here. It's all just drugs and we're slaves and I can't. We are running out of time. We need a win, Andre. I promise this will be a win. We won't cook speed in there. We'll do it clean. We'll do it true, we'll do it sober and real and beautiful. This will be a victory for the light.
You know what? I like this egghead guy. I just wish his picture on the side matched the one like in the game world. Because he has no hair in the picture, but he's got hair in the real world. All right, let's call this incident crime prevention. But I have my eyes on you. Exactly. Tell them you'll be watching them. They can go ahead with the club, but I'll have my eyes on you. If you try to pull any crap, then you're done.
Okay, we'll try to do it without the drugs.
He raises his head from between his knees. You're not going to try to do it without the drugs. You'll do it without the drugs.
We'll do a straight club up in there, spinning the maddest reels, and nothing but. I swear to God. Okay, Egg?
From here on, it'll be straight all the way.
The way it should be. Straight all the way.
Goodbye, officer.
All right, guys, I'm going to take a 90-second break. I'm going to go feed the cats, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. And hello, Shadow. Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. Let's go talk to her.
Hello again.
Your associates tried to use me to set up a drug lab. I'm guessing you knew of this plan?
I did, and I'm sorry. For what it's worth, which isn't much.
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquency.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it.
Should have tried harder. Misleading a cop is no joke.
I know. I should have been able to control them, and I will in the future. I promise. May I ask, what did you tell them?
Do what you will with your dance club plans. Just no drug labs, please.
Thank you. I'll get them under wraps, I promise.
All right. What to now? I feel like we should go back to the bookstore and go and use that other machine. I think that's probably the best thing for me to do. Yeah, there's that little, it looks like an island with rocky caves. That's where we need to go. That's the last place we need to go. Oops. All right, what do we have here? We could try Egghead again. We could go talk to Estelle. No. Egghead. Church. Actually, we could do both of those. We could talk to Noid, Egghead, the church. We could look for that. That's 4 things we can do. Yeah, I think one of those 4 things. So, let's go back and talk to those dudes in the tent. Let's start with Noid, and then we'll try doing the puzzle of what's his face. Egghead. Maybe Noid will trust us now that we're letting him do what he wants to do.
see you're here again. Off sign, man. Did I mention getting us into the church would help?
But I thought we'd be okay now, sign-wise.
Doing what I can.
He continues to rearrange his
He
tools.
looks like a well-thought-out individual. The synchronization might be worth it in the long run.
All right. We'll come back. All right, let's try Egghead.
Back to the heavyweight jam.
Says the young man with the tape player and the large boyadero boots. Lung-shaped trees sprout on his silver belt buckle.
Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega.
All
Here
right.
comes the night.
No, that was wrong.
We're close.
True, hard, full, core.
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega.
Say nothing.
Internally coherent.
Still say nothing.
All core. All right. Yeah.
Say nothing.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
If he says hardcore, I know what to do? Do I?
Hardcore. Ah.
So hardcore.
Is it though?
It is.
What is it? I mean, really?
The question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
We did it. Nice. He frowns, then starts bobbing his head back and forth once again.
Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
Why are the lungs on your belt? Why are there lungs on your belt buckle?
Lungs are for love.
Why would lungs be for love?
When Dolores Day was anointed innocence, her lungs started glowing through her body. For the world loved her, and she loved it back. Yeah!
Why wouldn't they be? Are the lungs not the place where you hold the breath of your soul?
L'amour, la compassion, l'autodiscipline.
Love! In a woman's lungs. Lonely as I am, I'm not afraid. This strange, damaged feeling grows on and on. 'Cause I've never loved someone like you before.
A dopamine surge accompanies the words.
Nice.
It feels like electricity flowing down your scalp, dissipating into your neck. Feels good. Like a spark of life in that moribund sponge you call your body.
Are you a thought reader?
No nation, but transnation. No war, but class war.
So you're not a thought reader, you're a communist.
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium. She was a communist, though.
Yeah! With the rebel yell!
Best not to be a communist. Having extreme views on issues is detrimental to understanding all sides.
Oh, sure. I can do that. If you want that, I can avoid taking a stand.
I don't think that's exactly what I was saying.
Please don't turn him into a moralist. I don't even know what to say to that.
Be a moralist, Egghead. The balance needs your help.
Aye!
Leveled up, nice. He yells. You guess Egghead is a moralist now. Tell me something else, Egghead.
It's time to compromise!
He looks at you with an almost impossibly wide grin, looking to see if you approve. Almost there. Could use just a bit more something.
Incremental change!
Appropriate.
I'm swiftly moving toward a solution which pleases nobody.
That's funny. You said you were worried. What do you think is wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore.
He turns pensive. He turns pensive all of a sudden.
Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last month, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51.
Jeez. Have a little bit of variety, dude. Don't listen to the same thing over and over again.
Isn't something holding it back from being hyper?
He thinks for a moment, then his expression clears.
It's like it's only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto, like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
It's proto, not hardcore at all.
Wow! Culture cop!
Sweet! Got a trophy for that.
I think you might be right, but how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be?
Super hardcore. Three is just dumb. I'm just gonna mess with his head here. I'm gonna say, sounds suspiciously like a question. I thought the question was, what is the question?
No! This is the answer!
I can't help you with this right now. I need something else, something extra.
Yeah! I don't know what I'm doing!
Alright. Alright, goodbye, Egghead.
Alright! Here comes the night!
What time is it in-game? I feel like it's getting pretty late in-game. Like we gotta be, what, like around 7 p.m.? We had 1900 hours yet? Yeah, 1910. Okay. So everything shuts down in about 2 hours in-game. We're going to go back to the church. We'll go report to whatever that woman is, the programmer, and then we'll try to do some other stuff as well next time. But I think this is a good place to kind of leave it for now. So I'm guessing next time we'll probably come to the end of the day and we'll start the next day as well. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But that is it for now. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, made some progress. Little steps here and there. Doesn't feel like anything huge to do with the main case, but I have a feeling all these paths will kind of start converging, and they might lead to something. So that is it for me. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll be back again on Sunday, same time, and we'll continue Disco Elysium. So take care, have a great night, and bye-bye.